prospecting, simply put, is an engine that you have to continue to persistently put in play. The only constant is change. So just because that perfect ideal customer and every one of the decision makers or influencers that you sent a great email to on a first touch campaign didn't respond, doesn't mean that things may not change in a week, a month, a year.
Welcome back to the Revenue Recipe. I'm Ben Wiggins, and we're here on behalf of Sellerant, your growth ally. We're here to help you, founders, startups, B2B, with some tips, tactics, and tricks to help you drive more engagement, qualify leads faster and better, and accelerate sales growth. We're going to be here with you each week with one topic, 3 questions, 3 answers, and a tactic, technique, or tool over the course of 10 minutes to help you out with all of those things. I'm here with founder and chief growth officer, Kenan Rappuchi. Kenan, how you doing?
Excellent, Ben. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Now, you haven't been at this very long, have you?
So that's a good question. The short answer is too long, but no, I love doing it. So yeah, I've been doing this for a while. I was in Silicon Valley during the dot-com boom and bust. Thousands of founders I've coached or advised over the years on various tactics around go-to-market, demand generation marketing, lead generation, which is a topic for today, specifically around prospecting, and also really just helping founders and small business leaders navigate the barriers to growth, which are becoming more and more apparent as the age of AI evolves, okay, as more and more noise is out in the market. So this is what we do. We definitely understand founders. We know where your struggles are. We're here to help you get through those. And as Ben said, join us once a week. We're here every week with a tool, tactic, technique, tip, pro tip, advice. We may even have some color there once in a while, like things not to do on LinkedIn or email. And we're here to help you navigate that and accelerate growth for your business. So.
Yeah, the help is really the key element of it. But going back to what you said about the age of AI, so our topic this week is the 3 Ps of prospecting, how to build pipeline in the age of AI. So Kenan, what are the 3 Ps?
The 3
Let's start
Ps,
with that.
yeah. So, okay, question number 1, what are the 3 Ps? It's persistent, progressive, personalized prospecting. So 3 Ps. Each of those has a specific element. And when we talk about AI, it's important to put that in context with regard to how it falls in for prospecting. Just to lay this out a little bit for what we're going to cover today. The goal is to have you, founders and small business leaders, come away with at least a bit of the secret sauce that we use effectively at scale for small businesses and startups all over the globe. To really engage an audience where they're already everybody's vying for their attention. They're being bombarded from every angle. And we're going to tell you a few things that are going to help you get through that and get some engagement. So persistent, progressive, and personalized.
Very good. Let's talk about that first P. What does persistent mean to you? The audience can make some assumptions about what persistent means, but specifically in this context, what is persistent?
Got it. Okay, so let's put that in sort of a frame for the moment. Persistence, as you know, is continuously being involved, being active, continuously moving with an action toward an outcome. So persistency, by definition, is just to continue to do something to seek a result. Okay, so when we talk about AI and we talk about persistency, this is where AI can add value in terms of creating cadence, not so much context as much, but cadence and consistency in terms of outreach to your target list of prospects. Real quick on that, we'd be remiss if we didn't share that most small businesses and launching stage startups, y'all don't have your ideal customers knocking at your door waiting to part with their money for your solution. You're new, you're fresh, you don't have the budgets, the marketing horsepower, and the time in market that established enterprise competition does. So you got to scrap. Okay, we're not suggesting you don't scrap, but we are suggesting that there's a recipe to doing this effectively, and that's what we're going to cover today. And the first P to that is persistency. And using AI in persistency means that you've got a strategy, you're compiling data, you're compiling a cadence, and you've got outbound prospecting and channels automated to the extent that it makes sense, but not to the extent that it doesn't engage.
Okay. Now, the second P is progressive. Now, we're not talking about politics here. We're talking about
Let's not open that can of worms.
So what in this context does progressive mean?
Okay. So prospecting, simply put, is an engine that you have to continue to, as we mentioned earlier, persistently put in play. The only constant is change. So just because that perfect ideal customer and every one of the decision makers or influencers that you sent a great email to on a first touch campaign didn't respond doesn't mean that things may not change in a week, a month, a year. I have a history of countless times where perfect prospects over time have kept emails in their inbox or put them in a label or a folder, remembered what you said because it was persistent and they had a good brand voice in line with what your value proposition is. And they said, at some point I'm going to have to talk to these people. The at some point is what progressive is about. Continuing to progress along with market conditions as things evolve with your prospects.
Yeah.
Make sure that you take the change is the only constant into consideration and always improve and iterate and progressively prepare the messaging around today's current situation. Now, AI can't always help with this because the fact of the matter is AI is not predictive as it relates to prospecting and driving new business. Mm-hmm. So you've got to have an ability to be able to translate a current state scenario through a properly executed customer profile. I think that's another one of our episodes, right? Several, actually.
Yes.
So having that profile of what's going on with your customer now and that awareness is going to help you progressively iterate your messaging to your audience. And when they're ready to engage, that's when things come together.
Now that sounds extremely personalized. And this third P is particularly close to my heart because as a former CEO, now, having been acquired and incorporated into the Sellerant family, but as a CEO, I got communication all the time from, various vendors and prospective partners and so forth. And it was always either extremely impersonal or it was personalized badly, and it was obvious that no one had actually gone to look at what Proclaim was doing, what I was spending my time on, and you had some sort of machine look into who I was and what I cared about, and they made some really kind of silly conclusions. So talk to us about what does personalized mean?
Yeah, personalized means, okay, ready, founders, small business leaders, put your catcher's mitt on. Make sure you catch this one and you hold it tight. Personalized is not AI. Don't use AI to personalize your message because AI is not personal. Personal means a human with context, clarity, and situational awareness has crafted a message based on first touch persistency and progressive prospect messaging that ultimately resonated with an audience in a way that it gained engagement or is seeking engagement based on what they're thinking about, worried about, spending their time on right now. AI doesn't know that. It may never know that. So in order for your message to get heard, once you've gotten to a point where there's engagement from that prospect, you have to be highly personalized. You can't do it at scale. It doesn't work. This is why you need to have a target list of prospects and companies in your target account profile who are ready to buy right now. And I'll give you a little drop here. Sellerant's Dynamic Growth Intelligence platform is in its beta release. That is the only platform currently running on HubSpot that will tell you which of those target accounts are ready to engage right now and why and what they're looking for and how to address them with a personalized message. Persistent, progressive, personalized. Use AI where it's of value. Disregard it when it's not. That's the way to build pipeline in the age of AI.
Don't forget, you can use the QR code on your screen or shoot Kenan a DM on LinkedIn for Sellerant's exclusive 3 Ps of prospecting playbook. Kenan, appreciate the time today. Thanks so much. Any final words for the audience?
No, be smart with your prospecting. Don't count on AI for everything. Only use it where it matters, and you will gain pipeline and drive revenue faster. Good luck.
Thank you so much. He's Kenan Rappuchi. I'm Ben Wiggins. We are Sellerant. Go forth.